We went to the middle of nowhere yesterday. I did a short video. Tried to videotape the fireworks, but it was not dark enough, and it was... Well, we had fun. So, not sure if anybody's going to join. I let a couple of people know that I was going live. The last time I went live, I did not make the video public because my grandson was sitting right beside me, and, you know, the camera went to him a few times, so without Mommy and Daddy's permission, it does not make it to live. It does not make it to being posted for public viewing. I did not ask them yet, which is why I don't have permission to put that up there. And it was just over 5 minutes, so it's not that big of a, you know. It's just that it was the only one that I have done live in a few months, and I've been slacking. I know I've been slacking. There's been a lot of stuff happening, you know, a lot of nothing, and, you know, life happening. So, most of my days I spend watching Bar Rescue, which is I'm watching now, that has been DVR'd. Yeah, I'm enjoying watching that. There's a lot of them on every day on the channel that we recorded on. Oh, yummy. I've got a bit of a chest cold. So, yeah, it is so much fun to have a cold in the middle of summer and have it be your birthday. And I heard from a lot of people today that I was not expecting to. For the first time in probably the existence of Facebook, I didn't let Facebook tell people when my birthday was, but I made some posts about my age and what's going on with me, which is really not much of anything. But, you know, we went out to the middle of nowhere yesterday, had a really good time. There were 8 of us all together, and two out of my 3 children came, and yeah, we had lots of fun. So, and it was productive. So, got a lot of the grass cut. Had less trouble with the riding mowers, but still had trouble. Had car trouble on the way back. So without car trouble on the way back, it's about a 2-hour drive. With car trouble on the way back, a lot longer. I think it was probably around 1 when we got home. Maybe a little after 1. So, it was a very long day yesterday. I don't usually sleep in a vehicle, but I found myself falling asleep and missing, you know, quite a bit of the travel time through the city. Because, you know, it's a lot brighter when you're in the city than when you're on highways between towns. There's no street lights. And, you know, the reflective stuff that lights up when you're driving to let you know where the sides of the roads are, it's not constant, it's not consistent. And then you factor car trouble into it, then it's extra fun. So these are the kinds of drinks that we had. Show the English side because I speak English. They are non-alcoholic, no sugar added, and they're sparkling, so there's a little bit of carbonation to them, and they taste kind of fancy, and it gives me the feeling of having a fancy drink when it's flavored water. So I'm going to put that over here so it's not exactly visible. So, yeah, we had a lot of fun. At one point, everyone under the age of 50 had left our property to go to the bathroom because there is no power, no plumbing. So it kind of you know, when things have to happen, they have to happen. And you have to kind of plan for it ahead of time. And the one person that I just met yesterday had very little warning that there was no power, no plumbing. And I didn't find that out until today. So it was a very entertaining time. So yeah, it was very fun. We went out, we were hot and sweaty. I'm sunburnt here, under my chins, but so I've got this white stripe between, you know, my chin, my double chin, and where the sun hit me on my neck area. My arms are pretty badly sunburnt, but it didn't go all the way. It's from, you know, it's got kind of a line and then to the end of my fingers, because I was wearing a long sleeve shirt. And it was very interesting because we were expecting bugs, because it is very very rural, and so there's not a whole lot of people. There were more cows in the area than, you know, more cows, livestock, than people. So the neighbor that doesn't count wasn't there. We saw him cutting part of his grass, and he saw our attempt at a fireworks display, and he clapped afterwards, which I kind of took to mean, I know you're there, I see you're done, I'm not calling the RCMP. So, you know, it definitely could have been worse, because my son kept setting off bottle rockets to test to see if it was dark enough to do the fireworks. And they're very loud, because I'm not big on sudden loud noises, so I get warned to plug my ears when he's going to do that. And so I see them pop, and then I unplug my ears and I can hear the echo reverbing. So, yeah, I can only imagine what the farmers in the area think when they hear that, because it sounds like a gunshot. We brought some archery stuff, and my son got some throwing knives, and so we had a makeshift target, and they had some fun with that. I was gifted a bow a couple of years ago and finally shot it for the first time yesterday. I didn't successfully hit the target. I didn't successfully hit around the target. I successfully hit the ground. So, I think one time I shot it either 2 or 3 times, and overshot the target once and undershot the target once, and I don't remember if I actually did the 3rd time. But my grandchildren did not come, which is a good thing, because knife throwing and archery does not necessarily coincide with a 3 and a 6-year-old. So, you know, and I think the part that would be the easiest about taking the boys out there would be the fact that neither one of them is potty trained. So they're not going to miss the indoor plumbing. If we do a birthday thing out there next summer, everything's up in the air. I invited a lot of people, and the people that came were 2 out of my 3 children, and my son's girlfriend, 2 of her brothers, and 1 of their friends, and my ex-husband. So, you know, my ex-husband and I have a very weird relationship. We are not a couple, but yesterday would not have happened if it wasn't for him. So I owe him a great deal of thanks, both for organizing and basically financially supporting that. And my son's girlfriend provided cake, and when she found out what we were doing for food, she kind of upped the game a bit, because we were just going to have hot dogs and use bread with the hot dogs, and she was like, no, I like hot dog buns. I want hot dog buns. We're having hot dog buns. And she got hot dogs, hot dog buns, and made sure all the condiments that were desired were there, and they brought potato salad. And with no refrigeration, I'm not going to have potato salad. So, I mean, we had coolers, there was lots of ice. It was actually cold, but I'm me, I'm picky, there were lots of flies. And it was kind of nice because the mosquitoes were not too bad. I had been out there as a child and we had swarms of mosquitoes. It would look like a bit of a cyclone of mosquitoes over your head. And, you know, the most I actually saw of mosquitoes, so I would see them flying, maybe one or two at a time. And there were at least 4 decent-sized dragonflies that were kind of cycloning themselves and dive bombing, and they kept the mosquitoes at bay very well. It wasn't until today when we were making sure everything was unloaded, because we got home at, like I said earlier, around 1 in the morning. So the vehicle here is pretty noisy. So I kind of felt a little bad about, you know, disturbing the neighbors that late. But we had to park. We had to get the trailer in the driveway. So it happened. It got done. And yeah, so we didn't do a whole lot of the unpacking last night. We brought in stuff that needed to get put in the fridge, and everything else could basically wait until today. If it was needed to be in the house, if it was for security reasons, like I had brought my laptop because there was a possibility that I was going to be out there overnight. And, you know, sometimes you need to unwind a little bit, and I have Netflix on my laptop, so I downloaded some stuff that we could watch and made sure that my laptop was fully charged. So, because we didn't stay, then I was not leaving my laptop in the vehicle all night. So, brought that in with the majority of my stuff because it was just in one bag. And then we, you know, did some unwinding and chilling in the living room, and had to wait for my son to get home because he was having car issues. And we needed to make sure that, you know, everybody got home okay. So, yeah. It was very fun. I am hot. I'm still sweaty. Don't know what the temperature is outside. I asked Google a bit ago, but I missed the answer. And yeah, we left a little later in the morning than we had intended to. We wanted to leave around 8. It was closer to 9 when we left the house. But when I got up in the morning, I just kind of pulled some of my hair back and stuck it in a hair clip. And so that was how my hair was most of the day. And then, you know, when it started to cool down out there, I, you know, put in a second hair clip to get the rest of the hair off my neck. So, yeah. We had Black Forest cake, and there were no leftovers. It was awesome. We had fun. And I kind of wish that, you know, some more people had come out, but it is a long drive, and it's definitely a long way to go to have no power, to be cutting grass, to, yeah, those riding lawnmowers make a big difference with the ability to cut the grass in the area. We get a lot more done. We have had basically the whole thing mowed twice now, both this year. Um, I was expecting thigh-high grass because of all the rain from, mid to late May till now. It was about a foot high, and it was all new shoots, so it was a lot easier to cut than the years buildup of thigh-high grass. So, and the four boys that were out there yesterday, I use the term boy slightly because only one of them is not legally an adult, but they were all really eager to use the riding lawnmowers. We had two of them, and one of them crapped out. But, when we were down to one riding mower, then it was fine, and one of the boys went into our little storage shed and pulled out a push mower and did a little bit that way. Nobody asked him to. Nobody even told him where it was. He just went and he found it and he used it. So, yeah, it was very nice. So we had one minor injury. Somebody was doing something with one of the riding mowers and got a cut on the back of his hand. Well, it was kind of between a scratch and a cut. So it was a little deeper than what I would classify as a scratch, but not as deep as what I would class as a cut. I wasn't worried about him needing stitches. So, yeah. We got out there before noon. Everybody met here in St. Albert, and because we were still kind of getting up and dragging our feet a little bit about getting going. Well, there were 3 vehicles of people going. So, the vehicle with the person that I had just met yesterday, he was driving it. So I said, okay, we're going to this town. This is basically where we meet. Then, if you want to just start heading out, if you go now, you'll be waiting for us there. But we actually ended up beating them there. They left probably about 10-15 minutes before we did. And yeah, we ended up waiting for them and biking. So it was very fun. We found out that there wasn't a fire van, and we, so we could do the fireworks, and we were very happy. A bit more of a gentle breeze would have been nice, but that's my biggest complaint. So I think overall everything was awesome. I will definitely try to do more lives, try and get some memberships up, because I'm down to 64, which I think is what I was at last time I did stuff, but yeah, I would like to build my channel. So yeah, any comments are appreciated. Constructive criticism definitely appreciated, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.